Hi, a very good afternoon to all of you connecting here, present over here, our principal sir, our teachers, and all our brothers and sisters and our dear friends. So I am Rahul Basak from B Optum 4th semester, and I am your today's host. So being today's host, I welcome you to this event, to this World Hypertension Day. So I am your host and coordinating this program in behalf of George College of Management and Science. So coming to today's theme, that is measure your blood pressure accurately, control it, live it healthy, live it normal. Sorry. So today's World Hypertension Day, and globally it is being celebrated in May 17th annually. So for your kind information, high blood pressure indicates hypertension. So what is that? So blood pressure is determined by the both amount of blood which is exerted, which is the heart pumped, and the amount of resistance that is being exerted to the blood flow in the arteries. So we are here to discuss the main objective for today's agenda, that is raising the awareness about the symptoms of hypertension. That is what are the signs, what are the symptoms, we will come to that surely. Encouraging the BP measurement, knowing all the methods of easy prevention of hypertension, and highlighting all the prevalence of the common cases of high blood pressure in our living society. So getting into the main event, I would like to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Partha Sharathi Ball. Presently, he is associated with the Central Coalfield Limited as a subsidiary, a Navaratna company as a senior medical specialist. He has completed his MBBS from Inaris Hospital, Calcutta. He has done his DNB in general medicine from Bir Singh Hospital. So please welcome Dr. Partha Sharathi Ball for his speech.
How it can be managed, the various types of hypertension, the various medications that can be used in it, and all sorts of things related to it. Now, hypertension, as we know, is a silent killer. Most of the times what happens is somebody never knows that he is hypertensive, say running a BP of something like 160 by 110, goes to visit a doctor for some other innocent purpose like a gastroenteritis. The doctor measures the BP and finds it to be in this very abnormal range. And immediately the doctor starts treatment, and if treatment is continued, a lot of complications are relieved. But let us know a little bit more about hypertension. Now, to understand the magnitude of the problem of hypertension, I will not go into any complex statistics or anything of the sort, but I'll just like to take a simple example. Let us take a circle and imagine the radius of this circle, and now make a circle inside this circle along the radius of the previous circle, and inside the second circle along the radius of the second circle make a third circle. Now why I am saying this is, imagine the first circle is the number of antihypertensive patients on the planet. The number that will ever be diagnosed is represented by the second circle inside the first circle, where the diameter is the radius of the first circle. Now imagine the number who are ever to be actually getting access to treatment at all. This is the third circle. So just imagine, suppose this is the large circle and this is the third circle. So what a minuscule amount of patients are actually getting access to proper treatment for this disease. But having said that, it is always to be remembered that this is a disease, the complications of which are very easily preventable. Now, as soon as we utter the word hypertension in the world of modern medicine, the letters JNC come to mind. What is JNC? JNC is Joint National Committee. This is more or less the international standard committee which sets standards for the treatment of hypertension. Now, if we go into the definition of hypertension, for the first time they have said that for people less than 60 years, hypertension is systolic BP above 140 and diastolic BP above 90. For more than 60 years, this same standard becomes systolic BP greater than 150. Why this difference? Because as you grow older, part of the natural process is that the walls of your arteries start to harden up. Now, what is the blood pressure? The blood pressure is basically the cardiac output into peripheral resistance. Now, this peripheral resistance is factored by the amount of hardness of the walls of the arteries. So, the harder they are, the more the peripheral resistance, the higher the systolic BP. So, this being the case with the natural aging process, you have to make some allowances for a bit higher BP in elderly patients. Now, they have also considered specially the patients who are having diabetes or the patients who are having chronic kidney disease. But mostly the standard of BP lowering they have kept is it has to be kept below 140 by 90. Now, what are the types of hypertension? The first type is the essential or the primary hypertension, where basically this hypertension is genetic. You can control this, but you cannot stop this. That is why the doctor asks you as soon as you visit his clinic, did you have anybody in your house who was hypertensive? Parents, other elderly relatives, are they hypertensive? So this is primary or essential hypertension. Now we come to secondary hypertension, where mostly hypertension is accompanied by a cause which is mostly remediable. Now, what sort of causes may be there? Now, first we go into vascular causes. What is vascular? That is the blood vessels that are coming out of the heart are known as the arteries. Now, if there is any constriction anywhere in these arteries, then the large arteries, then there can be incidence of hypertension. The two most the two most common examples that we encounter in this case are coarctation of aorta, that is the main artery that is coming out of the heart, it gets a constriction. And so the heart has to pump harder in order to push blood past this. This leads to a high BP. Now here the strange thing is that the blood vessels which are proximal, that is located before the obstruction, suppose the obstruction is located just away from the blood vessels which are now supplying the arms. So you will have strangely a quite high BP in the arm, or high BP in one arm and low BP in the other arm. This sort of strange manifestation comes in. The second vascular phenomena that we encounter that can be responsible for hypertension is renal artery stenosis. Here the arteries which are supplying blood to the kidneys, they are seen to be stenosed, that is thinner. This is also a cause of hypertension. Next we come into certain hormonal causes. For example, some people have a hyperthyroid state. In them you will have hypertension. Example, patients may have excessive steroid secretion in their adrenal glands. These patients will hold in more of sodium and water, and as a result they may also be hypertensive. Then there are patients of hyperaldosteronism. They may also have hypertension. All is, in this case, it is mostly because sodium and water which would have otherwise been released are held up inside the system and are now part of the vascular tree, inside the vascular tree, and this increases the BP. Next we come to the kidney. There may be certain structural diseases of the kidney. For example, with age sometimes we have patients going into renal failure, of which however hypertension may be a cause. These sorts of patients cannot eliminate enough amount of water or salt, and this is retained in their body, and as a result their BP is also seen to go up. Certain drugs may be responsible for causing hypertension. For example, very commonly taken over-the-counter non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, like very commonly we take drugs like diclofenac. This, or in case of ladies of the reproductive age group, oral contraceptive pills, which are basically a type of hormones, certain hormonal supplements used by athletes. These are all responsible for retaining sodium and water inside the system and thus causing a high BP. So in these cases, these are the causes of hypertension. Another separate cause of hypertension is eclampsia or preeclampsia in pregnancy. In this case, a lady who has never been pregnant might encounter a hypertensive state after she gets pregnant. That is managed separately. Now we come into the symptoms of hypertension. As I have depicted earlier, in most of the cases, hypertension being a silent killer may not give you any symptoms at all. You may never know that you are hypertensive and live a life. But most commonly we encounter people coming and complaining of headache. They may have certain problems with their vision, like blurring of vision. And most of the headaches they have are generally pulsatile headaches. They will say that, doctor, I'm lying down at night and I'm hearing sounds of dup, dup, dup inside my ears. They may present with chest pain, they may present with shortness of breath. And these are the common presentations we see generally. Now, who sorry, who are the people who are generally most at risk for hypertension? Well, to be very honest, we ourselves have to blame a lot. Suppose if we are obese, if we have a sedentary lifestyle, lack of exercise, which leads to metabolic syndrome, or in case that we are diabetics, we may become hypertensive. Now, the more obese we become, the more risk comes of a certain disease called sleep apnea. Just brushing up a little on the aspect of who are at most risk for hypertension. Suppose a person is diabetic, a person is obese, a person is having addictions like high alcohol intake or is having a lot of smoking. All these put the person at great risk of hypertension. Also, if the person has a rich family history of hypertension, say one or both of his parents are hypertensive, then also he is at quite a high risk of hypertension. We have something called sleep apnea. In this case, the person generally wakes up during his sleep, and this causes disturbed sleep, which causes his adrenal hormones to be at a peak state, and that also can cause hypertension. Now, obesity in fact breeds the fertile ground for sleep apnea, and in turn sleep apnea breeds the hyperadrenal state, and that in turn leads to hypertension in an individual. Now, the arterial walls, if they are thick, then they put the person at risk for hypertension. Now, a deranged lipid profile, that is what we call dyslipidemia, makes the arterial walls thick abnormally. This in turn decreases their contractility, increases the blood pressure. Now, once the blood pressure increases, a vicious cycle starts taking place. Something we call plaques form on the arterial walls, and they increase the atherosclerosis even more. And thus, thicker the arterial wall, harder the arterial wall, the BP rises even more. And this puts the person even at more risk. Now, what can happen in a person with hypertension? Suppose, just like in the asymptomatic state, the person comes into the clinic and has his BP measured and finds a high BP. It doesn't always remain like that. Actually, more the hypertension stays with the person, the more at risk the person becomes to different sorts of complications. So, let us start with what sort of complications that person can face. We have all heard of stroke. Stroke is of two types. One is ischemic, when the blood vessel which is supplying blood gets a clot inside it and stops supplying blood to a particular area of the brain. And another type of stroke is hemorrhagic stroke, where the blood vessel itself ruptures. In both these types of stroke, the main risk factor of stroke is hypertension. So, unless hypertension is controlled, the person is at a high risk of stroke. There is something called diabetic retinopathy, that is the blood vessels inside the retina, they gradually thicken the more hypertensive the person remains, and this in fact causes gradual loss of vision in the person. This is in fact the only part of the vascular system which can be seen from outside with the help of an ophthalmoscope. We call something like silverware, copperware. These are the different grades of thickening of atherosclerosis of the arteries which are visible directly on ophthalmoscopy. Then the person may presenting with shortness of breath in a case of hypertension may be in acute heart failure. That is, his heart is just not able to pump enough blood against the resistance which the blood pressure is imposing on it. So the person may end up with heart failure. The chambers of the heart, they sometimes undergo a pathological enlargement because they are having to push blood against a lot of resistance in the case of a person with hypertension. Now this causes the enlargement of the walls, there is a thickening of the walls, and this results in a decreased pumping ability of the heart and an increased oxygen uptake of the heart. So this can easily be controlled if the person's hypertension is controlled. And any hypertensive person is more at risk of an acute myocardial infarction, that is in layman's terms a heart attack. Now, speaking of the kidneys, a high blood pressure is always harmful for the kidneys, so it always has to be controlled. Having said that, once damage is done by the high BP to the kidneys, it again becomes a vicious cycle. Now the kidney is not able to eliminate salt and water from the body as it was previously, and thus it now breeds more to the buildup of hypertension in the body, and as a result even more end organ damage takes place. So thus these are the sorts of complications that can develop in short in a person with hypertension. Now what will you investigate in a case of hypertension? When we treat hypertension, generally we go for the heart, we go for an ECG. The ECG generally shows us any hypertrophy of the heart, and then we go for an echocardiogram. An echocardiogram also shows us any chamber enlargement, any complications which have taken in the heart, like some ischemic episode, some acute myocardial infarction. These sorts of things, they are shown on the echocardiogram. The echocardiogram also shows us valvular pathologies of the heart. This is done. In case of blood investigations, generally we go for the lipid profile, the thyroid status of the patient, and in rare cases when we suspect hormonal problems, then we go for the corticosteroid, the mineralocorticoid estimation, aldosterone, renin estimation, and all this. Now, other than that, the urine analysis is very important in hypertension. The ability of the kidneys to retain albumin within the body is a beauty of biology in itself. But once the kidneys start getting damaged because of this hypertension, a bit of leakage starts and they start losing albumin. This initially becomes microalbuminuria and ultimately it becomes macroalbuminuria. There is a level where we adjudge how much is it. Nowadays it is very easy to measure this by the albumin creatinine ratio. So we go for that, we measure that, and we can understand the amount of damage that has been done to the kidneys due to hypertension. Now for the principles of drug usage, the general management, and the classes of drugs that we can use in case of hypertension. Now the principles of management of drugs are, generally we can start with a single drug and we can place it in maximum dosage, and then we can add the second drug to it, build up to the maximum dosage. Still it doesn't work, then we add the third drug to it and then build it up gradually. In these cases, when the person is not being controlled with more than 2 drugs, we require real specialist investigation and management of such patients. Now there is another approach, that is, before we reach the maximum dosage of the first drug, we can add a second drug, and then we gradually build up the first drug to its maximum dose, and we titrate up the second drug, and if required we add a third drug. There is another approach where we start with 2 drugs simultaneously in suboptimal dosage. We can add a third drug as option, or we can build up these 2 drugs to the maximum dose and then we can add the third drug as an option. These options are available to us. Now these are how to titrate your drugs, how to place your drugs. Other than that, the general part of the management contains the facts that, number 1, we should lower the sodium intake of the patient. How it is done? Just cut down on the salt. If possible, just tell the patient that do not give any added salt. Cutting down on that will decrease the BP by 10 to 20%. It is guaranteed. Then we require to have some restriction on the fat intake also. And now, agito mundo. This is a term with which the WHO had come up. It means just move, take a walk. Do not go for a taxi. Walk to your office. Get down 1 or 2 stoppages earlier when you are coming home. Walk home. Avoid personal transport. Use public transport. Change your lifestyle. Lifestyle modification has got a vital role to play in the management of a hypertensive patient. After this, we come to the armamentarium of the drugs that we can use. We have drugs called calcium channel blockers. We have drugs called angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitors. We have drugs called angiotensin receptor blockers. We have drugs called beta blockers. We have drugs called diuretics, which act by decreasing the sodium and water level in the body by eliminating them through urine. Now, the latest recommendations, they say that in case of a non-black individual above 60, you will start with thiazides alone or in combination with an ACE inhibitor or an angiotensin receptor blocker or a calcium channel blocker. And in case of a black individual, you have to start with a
So it was a lovely speech, a lovely information which is being shared by Dr. Partha Sharathi Ball. And coming to the measurement of blood pressure, so what is the normal level of the blood pressure in
My
human
name
being?
is Deep.
It is around 120 by 80 mm of mercury, and the high blood pressure or hypertension indicates around to be 140 by 90 mm of mercury. So moving into the main event, we will like to welcome Debrupa Das from Hospital Management of 4th semester with a speech.
BHM 4th semester. My name is Debrupa Dash. I am from BHM 4th semester and my department is Hospital Management. Today I am going to give a speech on World Hypertension Day. World Hypertension Day is celebrated by World Hypertension League annually on 17th May to spread awareness about hypertension disease, its prevention, detection and control. The main risk factor to develop the cardiovascular disease is high blood pressure. It is a high blood pressure condition and causes various health problems like heart disease and stroke. In high blood pressure, force on the arteries is higher and usually it has no sign and symptoms. Causes of high blood pressure. There are two types of high blood pressure. Each type has a different cause. Primary hypertension is also called essential hypertension. This kind of hypertension develops over time with no identification. Secondary hypertension often occurs quickly and can become more severe than primary hypertension. Signs and symptoms of hypertension are severe headache, nosebleed, vision problem and chest pain. Other signs and symptoms are blood in the urine and difficulty in breathing. Thank you.
So welcoming next, our participant is Tishida Mandal from B Optum second semester with a poster presentation.
I am Trishita Mondol from B Optum second semester. Today I am presenting a presentation on hypertension and its impact on our eyes. Firstly, I should say what is hypertension. Hypertension, also known simply as high blood pressure, which is very common in our life, however can lead to many significant complications if left uncontrolled. When the blood pressure is elevated, the force the blood puts on the walls of the arteries is high and can lead to artery damage. Hypertension has profound effects on various parts of the eye. Classically, elevated blood pressure results in a series of retinal microvascular changes called hypertensive retinopathy, comprising of generalized and focal retinal arteriolar narrowing, retinal hemorrhages, in severe cases optic disc and macular edema. Studies have shown that mild hypertensive retinopathy signs are common and seen in nearly 10% of the general adult non-diabetic population. Hypertensive retinopathy signs are associated with other indicators of end organ damage, for example, left ventricular hypertrophy, renal impairment, and may be a risk marker of future clinical events such as stroke, congestive heart failure, and cardiovascular mortality. Furthermore, hypertension is one of the major risk factors for development and progression of diabetic retinopathy, and control of blood pressure has been shown in large clinical trials to prevent visual loss from diabetic retinopathy. In addition, several retinal diseases such as retinal vascular occlusion, retinal arteriolar emboli, macroneurism, ischemic optic neuropathy, and age-related macular degeneration may also be related to hypertension. However, there is as yet no evidence that treatment of hypertension prevents vision loss from the conditions. In management of patients with hypertension, physicians should be aware of the full spectrum of the relationship of blood pressure and the eye. Thank you.
Nextly, I would like to invite Trisha Jana from Hospital Management second semester with a speech and poster representation.
Hi, myself Trisha Jana. I am from second semester BHM department. Today is 17th May, World Hypertension Day, and this is my poster. Hypertension is a lifestyle disease that affects a large number of people. It is known to affect the functioning of other organs of the body that includes the heart, kidneys, brain and eyes. Hypertension occurs when your heart has to take extra effort to pump blood, causing damage to the artery in the process. Today's my topic is hypertension, sign and symptoms. As you may have heard, hypertension is a silent killer and usually show no sign and symptom. Only when the condition increase a severe stage, the symptoms become visible. The symptoms of severe hypertension include headache, shortness of breath, nose bleed, dizziness, chest pain, visual changes. In the end, the ideal way to prevent hypertension, you may monitor your blood pressure at home or visit your doctor's clinic. Always consult your doctor in the case of any blood pressure or other health related problems. Thank you.
Coming up next is Isha Malik from Hospital Department second semester with a poster banner presentation.
My name is Isha Mullik. I am from BBA in Hospital Management, second semester student. Today, 17th May, World Hypertension Day, and this is my poster. High blood pressure, also known as hypertension, it is a common disease that develops when blood flows through arteries at higher than normal pressures. Blood pressure is made up two numbers, systolic and diastolic. Systolic pressure is the pressure when the ventricles pump blood out of the heart, and diastolic pressure is the pressure between heartbeats when the heart is filling with blood. Most people with high blood pressure have no sign or symptoms. Most of adults, a normal blood pressure is 120 by 80 millimeter of mercury. Uncontrolled high blood pressure can lead to complications including heart attack or stroke, metabolic syndrome, trouble with memory or understanding. Thank you.
So coming up next is Sayan Karmakar from B Optum second semester with a poster representation.
Hello everyone, I am Sayan Karmakar, student of George College of Management and Science from B Optum second semester. I am present my presentation based on hypertension effects on our health. First of all, I want to give a small definition of hypertension. Hypertension is a condition in which the force of blood against the artery walls is too high. Usually, it is defined as blood pressure above 140 per 90 mm mercury and is considered safe if the pressure is above 180 per 120 mm mercury. Now, I will say what are the effects of hypertension on human body. First is depression and anxieties. Hypertension affects our mental health like patients with other chronic medical conditions. Hypertensive patients experience many profound emotions which increase their risk for the development of mental health disorder, particularly anxiety and depression. Second is heart disease. High blood pressure can damage our arteries by making them less elastic, which decreases the blood flow and oxygen to our heart, leads to chest pain, even heart attack. Third is brain stroke. High blood pressure can also block the blood flow to our brain that cause brain stroke. On the other hand, high blood pressure hypertensive can affect our vision, kidney, bones, and even it cause sexual problems. Now, what can you do at this time? First is we can drink 1 mint tea. We can hold our hands under running cold water. We can compress our feet of apple cider vinegar. And last is we can take a deep breath. Thank you everyone.
Nextly, Deepanjana Ray from Hospital Management 4th semester with a poster banner presentation.
My name is Deepanjana Roy and I am from BHM 4th Sem. Today my topic is hypertension and I will give a short speech on hypertension. Hypertension is known as the high blood pressure. High blood pressure is a long-term medical condition in which the blood pressure in the arteries is persistently elevated. Long-term high blood pressure does not cause any symptoms. Long-term high blood pressure is a major risk for stroke, heart attack and coronary artery diseases. The treatment of high blood pressure is lifestyle changes like food habit changes, started yoga and workout and meditations. Thank you.
Coming up next, please welcome Juhi Mandal from Hospital Management 2nd semester with a poster and banner representation.
Everyone, myself Juhi Mandal. I am from BHM 2nd Sem. Today I will talk about hypertension. At first I will show a poster. This poster indicates high blood pressure. High blood pressure, also known as hypertension. It is defined as a systolic blood pressure equal to or above 140 mm of mercury and diastolic blood pressure equal to or above 90 mm of mercury. On 17th May, World Hypertension Day is celebrated every year. The day is celebrated to promote the public awareness of the importance of the monitoring blood pressure with being aware of its natural level. Thank you.
So next is Juhi. After Juhi Mandal, it is Shantika Das from Hospital Management 2nd Sem with a poster banner presentation.
Hello everyone, I am Shantika Das. I am studying Bachelor Degree in Hospital Management from George College of Management and Science in 2nd semester. Today is World Hypertension Day and my topic is heart attack. Here I am presenting my poster design on heart attack. A heart attack occurs when the flow of blood to the heart is blocked. The blockage is most often a buildup of fat, cholesterol and other substances which form a plaque in the arteries that feed the heart. Sometimes a plaque can rupture and form a clot that blocks blood flow. The interrupted blood flow can damage or destroy the part of heart muscle. Thank you.
So on this day, we are here to make aware you all the necessary causes, symptoms about the world about this hypertension day. So hypertension is the main cause for premature death and it's also termed as silent killer. So talking about the risk factors about this hypertension, firstly the age. Age is a factor. With the increasement of the age, the hypertension probability goes high. After that, consuming like tobacco, smoking or chewing tobacco, it makes the blood vessels narrow. Then the obesity, the if the weight increase, the more blood is required to supply oxygen. And the important point is that excessive salt, that is very important to keep in mind. As more salt we consume, the more fluid retention in our body, the more the blood pressure is. So moving up to the event, next is SK Mehdi Hassan from Hospital Management second semester with again a banner presentation.
Hi, my name is Sheikh Mehdi Hassan from BHM second sem. Today is World Hypertension Day, so I present my poster. First topic is, what do you mean by hypertension? Hypertension, also known as high or raised blood pressure, is collected in which the blood vessel have plastic raised blood pressure. Blood is collected from heart to all parts of the body in the vessel. There are too many types of high blood pressure, primary and secondary blood pressure. Primary or initially high blood pressure is the most common type of high blood pressure. For most people who get this kind of blood pressure, it develops overall as you get older. Second type is, what do celebrate Hypertension Day? The day was instituted to increase to awareness of hypertension. That was appreciably important because lack of appropriate knowledge among hypertension parents. The World Hypertension League launched its first WHD on 14 May 2005. Since 2006, the WHL had been declined on 17 May for every year as WHD. Common factor that can lead up to high blood pressure included a diet of high salt, fat and cholesterol, chronic conditions such as kidney and hormonal problem, diabetes and high cholesterol, family history, appreciably if your parents or other close relative have high blood pressure. Thank you.
Coming up next, please welcome Sweta Mandal from Hospital Management second semester with a banner poster presentation.
Hello everyone, I am Shweta Mondal, BHM second semester. Today, World Hypertension Day, I would like to say about cholesterol is a cause of hypertension. Firstly, I would like to show a poster about this. So, here my poster. And Cholesterol is a type of fat found in our blood. Your liver makes cholesterol for your body. You also can get cholesterol from the foods what you eat. Meat, fish, eggs, butter, cheese and milk all have cholesterol in them. Fruits, vegetables and grains don't have any cholesterol. Eating started fat found in animal products and trans fat found in same commercially baked cookies and crackers, microwave popcorn can raise your cholesterol, such as red meat and full fat dairy products will also increase your cholesterol. There are two main types of cholesterol: low density lipoprotein or bad cholesterol and high density lipoprotein or good cholesterol. Cholesterol can have no symptom, but people may experience the common symptoms of cholesterol: heart attack, peripheral artery disease or stroke. High cholesterol can cause serious problems in our blood like clots, pulse, heart and brain issues. A few changes in our diet can reduce cholesterol and improve our heart, like eliminate trans fat, eat foods rich in omega-3 fatty acid, add whey protein. That's all about cholesterol is a cause of hypertension, and thank you. Take care.
Nextly, welcoming Shubham Das from Hospital Management second semester with a banner representation.
Hello everyone, my name is Shubham Das from BHM second semester. Today World Hypertension Day. I draw one poster. This is my poster. My topic is blood pressure. Hypertension, also known as high or raised blood pressure, is a condition in which the blood vessels and presently raised pressure. Blood is carried from the heart to all parts of the body in the vessels. Each time the heart beats in, it pumps blood into the vessels. Blood pressure is created by the force of blood pushing against the walls of blood vessels, arteries. As it is pumped by the heart, the higher the pressures the heart has pumped. Hypertension is a serious medical condition and can increase the risk of heart, brain, kidney and other disease. It is a major cause of death worldwide with an upward of 1 in 4 men and 1 in 5 women. Over billion people having a condition. The burden of hypertension is felt in low and middle income countries, where 2/3 of cases are found, largely due to increased risk factors in the thus population of recent decided. Thank you everyone.
So welcoming up next is Shonak Biswas from B Optum 6th semester with a poster presentation.
Hello everyone, myself Shaunak Biswas. I am from George College of Management and Science, B Optum 6th sem, and today my poster is here. As you can see, that hypertensive retinopathy and along with ADHD in cases of hypertensive patient. So starting from the psychological counseling, we know that in cases of this point, the patient cannot control his anger or his sadness or his emotions. So in cases of this point, we actually motivate the patient, and we actually can motivate it by the psychological counseling, by the psychotherapist or behavioral optometrist can do it. So after that, so why so sad, why so much angry, that some neurotransmitter level are decreases, that's why the patient gets so much angry or so much sad. So that means after that we know that here are some depressed mood here. So here are some points are actually related with the depressed mood. what kind of signs and symptoms we can see in these kinds of patients. After that, the ophthalmic signs and ophthalmic symptoms can be seen here. That means that the pictures that is actually given here. We know that cottonwool spot, hemorrhages, AV nicking, also that anterior narrowing is here, and also OD swelling is here. After that, to actually overcome these kinds of situation, you need to build up a healthy blood circulation, and along with that, we know that there are some obstruction that is actually creating the microaneurysm in the endothelial layer of the blood vessels. So there are some pressurized blood cells, or the pressurized blood pressure will be there. After that, there are 4 types of level. We know that here are some levels of blood pressure. The systolic pressure and diastolic pressure is here. After that, how can we actually get rid from these kinds of situation? We need to maintain a healthy diet. That points are given here, that what kind of diet, what kind of thing we actually should add with our schedule, and along with that, how much sleep we actually need. After that, the yoga therapy, how much the yoga therapy is needed a day for the patient, these kinds of patient, how much jogging is needed for the patient. So thank you. In this pandemic situation, I hope you are all right. Stay home, stay safe.
So nextly, a banner presentation by Kaulik Mandal of Hospital Management, second semester.
I am Kaulik Mondal. I am studying Bachelor degree in Hospital Management from George College of Management and Science, second semester. Today, I am participated World Hypertension Day. I am prepared a poster. Hypertension is a very common disease. Many people are suffering this disease. Hypertension means abnormally high blood pressure. Many people are affected easily, and the main reasons are obesity, using tobacco, using too much salt in food, mentally pressure, drinking too much alcohol, etc. These habits are increase in blood pressure. High level of stress can lead to a temperature increase in blood pressure. Uncontrolled high blood pressure can lead to complications including heart attack, heart failure, metabolic syndromes, etc. If you want to control this disease, please maintain healthy diet with less salt, quiet smoke, limit the amount of alcohol you drink. Thank you.
Nextly, with a banner presentation by Kunal Das from Hospital Management, second semester.
My name is Kunal Das. I am HM second semester student in George College of Management and Science. Today I am presenting a poster on the effects and the outcomes of hypertension on the day of World Hypertension Day. And the poster is as we know that high blood pressure is the major effect of hypertension. It raises our risk of heart attack and stroke. It develops heart failure. You may experience chest pain, headache, and it also develops vision problem. It is still unclear what causes hypertension as well as blood pressure. Most of the time that is genetically adapted or any physical changes or unhealthy lifestyle. There are many suggestions that the doctors gives us to get rid of this, like changes in our daily lifestyle, healthy diet, meditation, yoga for managing stress, But if the changes are not enough to stop this, then the doctor may prescribe medication for being healthy. But we have to mentally prepared for any situation that we will face in future that helps us to be mentally healthy. Thank you.
So after this, we have Sneha Mandal from Hospital Management Second Sem with a banner presentation.
Hello everyone, my name is Sneha Mondol. I am studying Bachelor Degree of Hospital Management from George College of Management and Science, second semester. Today is World Hypertension Day. Here I am prepared a poster. Hypertension is a serious medical condition and can increase the risk of heart, brain, kidney and other diseases. Most people with high blood pressure has no symptoms and sign. Even if blood pressure reading reach higher danger level. A few people with high blood pressure may have heart attack, chest pain or nose bleeding, but their sign and symptoms are not specific and usually does not occur until high blood pressure. Hypertension is a primary risk factor for cardiovascular disease including stroke, heart attack and heart failures. Keep blood pressure under control is vital for health and reduce the risk for those danger conditions.
So what are the foods, what are the diet can we take in preventing hypertension? So talking about the food, we all know good food, good life, but a healthy food will lead you to a healthy life. So for a better control in your blood pressure, we have leafy greens veggies, blueberries, red beets, yogurt, bananas, buttermilk, cucumber, etc. can help you and will help you to prevent from the hypertension. So moving up to the next participant, we have Anisha Alam, B Optom, second sem in poster representation.
My name is Anisha Alam. I am from B Optum second sem and this is my poster. And this poster I want to show the impact of hypertension on human health and eye. Hypertension is the another name of high blood pressure. Blood pressure is the force that a person's blood exerts in their blood vessel. This pressure depends on the resistance of blood vessel. It can lead to serious health complications. Sometimes it increases the health risks like kidney failure, heart attack, brain stroke, depression and anxiety and sometimes death. High blood pressure can quality damage our bodies before symptoms develop. Uncontrolled high blood pressure can lead to disability and poor quality of life or even a fetal heart attack or stroke. Hypertension has bad impact on human eye. It can damage the teeny delicate blood vessels which supply blood to the retina. It also damages the light sensitive cells of the retina and retina also damage is called retinopathy and that leads to blurred vision, bleeding of eye and complete loss of vision. Hypertension damages the optic nerve. High blood pressure increases the eye pressure that affects the eye's drainage system. treatment and lifestyle change can help control high blood pressure to reduce risks for life-threatening complications. Thank you.
So coming up next is a play by Hospital Department of second semester by Shudipa Sadhukan, Ratna Ghoshal, Pradeep Nayak, Shahili Parveen, and Ishita Das.
নমস্কার, শুরু করছি আজকের শ্রুতি নাটক দূরত্ব মোচন। সকালে ঘুম থেকে উঠতেই বাড়ির বাইরে থেকে শব্দ এলো, বাইরে বেরোবেন না, মাস্ক পরুন এবং কিছু সময় পর পর হাত স্যানিটাইজ করুন। এ কথা শুনে আচমকাই চিন্তায় পড়ল সবাই।
আমার বয়স 70-এর কাছাকাছি। আমার মেয়ে বিদেশে থাকে, তাকে ফোন করলে মন্দ হয়।
এমন সময় মহিলা তার বিদেশে থাকা মেয়েকে ফোন করলেন।
হ্যালো পিউমা, আমার কেমন আছিস?
হ্যাঁ মা, ভালো আছি। তুমি কেমন আছো?
আর আমি কি তোকে ছাড়া ভালো থাকতে পারি?
কি করব মা, এখানে আমার কাজ না শেষ হলে তো আমি ফিরতেই পারবো না।
হ্যাঁ, তুই আর কি করবি? তোর বাবা চলে যাওয়ার পর একেবারে একা হয়ে গেছি।
আচ্ছা মা, দিয়াশা কি তোমার সাথে দেখা করতে আসে?
হ্যাঁ মা, ওই মেয়েটি খুব ভালো। আমাকে প্রতিদিন বিভিন্ন প্রয়োজনীয় জিনিসপত্র বাজার এনে দিয়ে যায়। আজও ওর আসার সময় হয়ে গেছে।
ঠিক আছে মা।
তোর কাজ কেমন চলছে?
হঠাৎই শোনা গেল কলিং বেলের শব্দ।
কে এলো মনে হয়, দেখো তো। আর হ্যাঁ, মাস্কটা পরতে ভুলো না।
আরে হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ।
মহিলা দরজা খুলতে গেলেন।
আরে দিয়াশা দিদিমণি, কেমন আছো?
কে এসেছে মা?
দিয়াশা, তোর বন্ধু। দাঁড়া, ফোন স্পিকারে দি। আরে ডাক্তারবাবু, আপনি?
ডাক্তারবাবু? মা, তোমার কি হয়েছে? দিয়াশা, দিয়াশা।
হ্যাঁ বল।
মায়ের কি হয়েছে রে?
আরে কাকিমার তো হাইপার টেনশন হয়েছিল 3 দিন আগে।
কি? মা, মা।
হ্যাঁ বল।
আমাকে বলনি তো, এতক্ষণ কথা হচ্ছে। দিয়াশা, আমি ডাক্তারের সাথে কথা বলতে চাই।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, এই তো কথা বল।
হ্যাঁ বলুন, কি জানতে চান আপনি?
আমার মায়ের কি হয়েছে?
দেখো, তোমার মায়ের কি হয়েছিল তা এখন বলার সময় আমি পাবো না, তাই তুমি সিস্টারের থেকে জেনে নিও। ডাক্তার চেক আপ করতে শুরু করলেন। আপনি একবার জোরে নিঃশ্বাস নিন তো। ডাক্তার চেক হওয়ার পর চলে গেলেন।
সিস্টার কোথায়? আমি কথা বলতে চাই।
হ্যাঁ বলুন, আমি আপনার মায়ের দেখাশোনা করি এবং ওনার সাথেই থাকি।
মায়ের কি অবস্থা?
শুনুন, আপনার মা নাকি মাথা ঘুরে মাটিতে পড়ে গিয়েছিল। তারপর ডক্টরবাবু আসে, নামও দেখে বলেন ওনার নাকি হাইপার টেনশন হয়েছে। আপনি চিন্তা করবেন না, আমি আপনার মায়ের পুরো খেয়াল রাখবো।
ট্রিটমেন্ট কি হচ্ছে?
ওনাকে চিন্তা থেকে দূরে থাকতে হয়, হাঁটা চলা একদম বন্ধ, ওষুধগুলো দেখতে হয়। আশা করি আপনার মা 7 থেকে 8 দিনের মধ্যে সুস্থ হয়ে উঠবেন।
তুমি তো আমাকে একথা বলনি। আমি কালই বাড়ি যাচ্ছি।
না না, আসতে হবে না। আর এখন তো আমি অনেকটাই সুস্থ আছি।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, আপনাকে আসতে হবে না, অত ব্যস্ত হওয়ার কিছু নেই।
হ্যাঁ রে, এখন আর তুই আসিস না। তুই তোর কাজটা আগে শেষ কর। আর তাছাড়া এখন সারাদিন এই সিস্টারের সাথে কথা বলে একা থাকার কষ্টটাও অনেকটা ভুলতে পেরেছি।
কিন্তু মা, তোমার এরকম শরীর খারাপ শুনেও আমি কি করে কাজে মন দেব বলো?
না না, তুই এত টেনশন নিস না। আমি আগের থেকে অনেক ভালো আছি। আর তাছাড়া এই হাইপার টেনশন থেকে আমি অনেক কিছু শিখলাম, জানলাম। এই হাইপার টেনশন যে কতটা ক্ষতিকারক সেই ব্যাপারেও আমি অনেক কিছু জানলাম। এই হাইপার টেনশনকে সাইলেন্ট কিলারও বলা হয়। এই হাইপার টেনশন থেকে আমাদের অনেক অর্গান ড্যামেজ হতে পারে, যেরকম হার্ট, কিডনি। তাই এখন আমি অনেক সাবধান হয়েছি। তুই চিন্তা করিস না।
হ্যাঁ মা,
তোমাকেও এখন সাবধানে থাকতে হবে আর সময় মতন ওষুধ নিতে হবে। আমার কাজ শেষ হলেই আমি তোমার কাছে চলে আসব।
হ্যাঁ, আমি সাবধানে থাকবো, তুইও সাবধানে থাকিস আর সময় মতো খাওয়া দাওয়া করিস। আর শোন, অনিয়ম একদম করিস না।
না মা, করব না। তুমি ভালো থেকো, রাখছি।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, রাখ।
সমাপ্ত হলো আজকের সতী নাটক দূরত্ব মোচন। মূল চরিত্রে রত্না ঘোষাল, যিনি অভিনয় করেছেন মায়ের চরিত্রে। পিয়ুষ চরিত্রে অভিনয় করেছেন সুদীপা সাধুকা এবং ডাক্তারবাবু বা ডক্টরের চরিত্রে অভিনয় করেছেন প্রদীপ নায়ক এবং সিস্টার এর চরিত্রে অভিনয় করেছেন সহেলি পারভিন। দিয়াশার চরিত্রে অভিনয় করেছেন ঈশিতা দাস।
So next we have Priyanjit Dasgupta from Hospital Management second semester with a poster presentation.
Myself Priyanjit Dasgupta, BHM second sem from George College of Management and Science. Today I am presenting a poster about hypertension. Let's talk about hypertension. Hypertension is a condition in which the force of the blood against the artery wall is too high. Usually, hypertension is defined as blood pressure above 140 by 90 and is considered severe if the pressure is above 180 by 120. More than 10 million cases per year is to be found in India for hypertension. It is to be treated by a medical professional, require a medical diagnosis. It is not found by lab tested or imagining. It can last for the year to be lifelong. Hypertension usually shows no symptoms. Over times, if untreated, it can disease and stroke. Eating healthier diet with less salt, exercise regularly and taking medication can help to control hypertension. Thank you.
So next is a banner presentation by Shampriti De of Hospital Management second sem.
Hi everyone, myself Shampriti De, BHM second semester student. Today I am going to show a poster on World Hypertension Day and my drawing is heart attack. Now I will give a speech on heart attack. Heart needs a good blood supply. A heart attack occurs when a coronary artery which supplies blood to your heart becomes blocked. This stops the blood flow and reduces the amount of oxygen that gets to your heart muscle. This causes the most common heart attack symptoms, which are chest discomfort or pain and can spread to your arms, neck, jaw or back. Unlike angina, this discomfort often lasts for longer than 10 minutes. Your heart can be damaged by interrupted blood flow caused by a heart attack. The longer the blockage is left untreated, the more the damage occurs. Without urgent treatment to restore the blood flow, the damage can be permanent. Thank you.
Nextly, with a banner presentation by Avik Mandal from Hospital Management of 4th Sem.
I am Avik Mandal
I am pursuing Bachelor in Hospital Management from George College of Management and Science. I am BHM 4th Sem student. Now I am give a short speech on hypertension. Hypertension is high blood pressure. My topic is hypertension complication. The pressure on our arteries walls caused by high blood pressure can damage our blood vessels as well as our other organs. Uncontrolled blood pressure can lead to the complications including first heart attack or stroke. High blood pressure can cause hardening and thickening of our arteries, which can lead to the heart attack or stroke or other complications. Second, aneurysm. Increased blood pressure can cause of our blood vessels to weaken, bulge and forming an aneurysm. Third, thickened, narrowing blood vessels of kidney. This can prevent other organ from functioning normal. Narrowing and tone blood vessels of eye. This can result in vision loss. Fifth, trouble with memory and understanding. Uncontrolled blood pressure may also affect ability in remember and learn. Trouble with remembering and understanding is more common in person with blood pressure. This is for complications of hypertension. Thank you.
So nextly, a group play by the hospital department of second sem by Rikta Ghosh, Manisha Naskar, Kaulik Mondal, Ishita Das and Sneha Mandal.
শুরু হচ্ছে নাটক উচ্চ রক্তচাপ। নাটকের প্রথম দৃশ্যপট বৃদ্ধ দম্পতি খাবার টেবিলে বসে কথাবার্তা বলছেন। কি হলো? পাঁঠার মাংসটা আমার বাড়িতে 2 পিস আর তোমার বাড়িতে 4 পিস কেন?
তোমাকে কতবার বলেছি না, ডাক্তার তোমাকে পাঁঠার মাংস খেতে বারণ করেছে। ভুলে যেও না তুমি হাইপার টেনশনের পেশেন্ট।
তাতে কি হয়েছে? 65 তো ছুঁই, আজ বাদে কাল তো চলেই যাব।
যাতে আরো কিছুদিন ইহলোকে থাকতে পারো, তার জন্যই তো এত খেতে বারণ করছি।
আহা, সতী লক্ষ্মী গো, তা কত কি জানো গো? যাকগে, যা জানো নিজের কাছে রেখে দাও, দিয়ে দাও আমাকে আর 2 পিস পাঁঠার মাংস দাও দেখি। এমন সময় সদর দরজার কলিং বেলটি বেজে উঠল।
দাঁড়াও, হেম মনে হয় বাড়ি ফিরলো। যাচ্ছি। যার জন্মদিন সেই তো দেরিতে ভর দুপুরে ঘরে ফিরছে, আর আমার বন্ধুর তার তো এখনো আসার সময় হলো না।
দরজা খুলতে হেম অর্থাৎ বৃদ্ধ দম্পতির একমাত্র কন্যা ও তার মায়ের বান্ধবীর প্রবেশ।
কি গো বাবা, তোমরা খেতেও বসে গেছো?
বাবা, তোদের এতক্ষণে সময় হলো?
আরে আর বলিস না, বাড়ির কাজ করতে করতে এত দেরি হয়ে গেল। তারপর বল, তুই কেমন আছিস?
ভালো, তুই কেমন আছিস?
এই কেটে যাচ্ছে। তা তোর বরটা কই?
ওই যে পাঁঠার মাংস খাবে বলে বায়না করছে।
কি? বাবা আবার মাটন খাচ্ছে? তোমাকে বলি, তোমার ব্লাড প্রেশার খুব হাই। তোমার ব্লাড প্রেশার 140/90।
আর তুমি এই সমস্ত খাবে বাবা? কি হলো, তুমি আবার ভাতের সাথে কাঁচা লবণও খাচ্ছ? তুমি জানো 60% রোগী এই কাঁচা লবণের দ্বারা প্রভাবিত হন। এই কাঁচা লবণ উচ্চ রক্তচাপ বৃদ্ধি করতে সাহায্য করে।
আরে জানি না বলেই খাচ্ছি তো রে মা।
দেখুন দাদা, এই রোগ বৃক্ষজনিত অসুস্থতার কারণেও ঘটে থাকে। বৃক্ষের কলাসমূহের মাঝে রক্ত সঞ্চালনও কমিয়ে দেয়, কারণ রেনিন অ্যাঞ্জিওটেনশন সিস্টেমের প্রধান অথবা শাখা ধমনী সমূহ সংকীর্ণ করে দেয়।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, আগে খেয়ে নি, তারপর হাইপার টেনশন নিয়ে আলোচনা করা যাবে খন।
বাবা, তুমি তো বোঝারই চেষ্টা করছো না। আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, সুবর্ণা আসুক, ওকেই জিজ্ঞাসা করো।
ওই তো এসে গেছে তোর বন্ধু।
এমন সময় হেমের বান্ধবী সুবর্ণার প্রবেশ, পেশায় জুনিয়র ডাক্তার।
কি ব্যাপার, আমাকে নিয়ে আলোচনা চলছিল মনে হয়?
হ্যাঁ রে, বাবাকে বলছিলাম উচ্চ রক্তচাপ কি।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, আমি বলে দিচ্ছি। দেখুন কাকু, এটি হয়তো আপনার শরীরে বাহিরে কোনো ক্ষতি করছে না, কিন্তু এটি আপনার শরীরের স্বল্প থেকে দীর্ঘস্থায়ী পর্যন্ত ভিতরে ক্ষতি করতে পারে। ধরুন এটার কারণে আপনার হার্ট অ্যাটাক বা হার্ট ফেলিওরের মতনও এমন কিছু রোগেও আপনি আক্রান্ত হতে পারেন। তো এটিকে আপনি এত সহজভাবে নেবেন না। তো আপনার তার জন্য নিয়মিত প্রতিদিন ব্যায়াম, ফলমূল, শাকসবজি নিয়মিত গ্রহণ করা প্রয়োজন এবং অতি অবশ্যই আপনাকে নিম্নমাত্রার লবণ ও তেল জাতীয় খাবার গ্রহণ করতে হবে। আর এই যে পাঁঠার মাংস, এটা কিন্তু একদমই আপনার শরীরের জন্য ঠিক না। তো এটাকে আপনাকে একটু মেনটেন করে চললে আপনার শরীরের জন্য সেটা ভালো হয়। এবং আমি বলবো অবশ্যই খাবারের মধ্যে ভিটামিন এবং শাকসবজি জাতীয় খাবার রাখলে আরও বেশি ভাবনার জন্য ভালো হয়।
দেখো, এবার বুঝতে পারছো এটা কেমন মারাত্মক অসুখ?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, খুব বুঝতে পারছি।
ও কাকু, আর একটা কথা, তার সঙ্গে মেলোপ্রোরাল বা অ্যাটেনলল জাতীয় ওষুধ আপনি সিনিয়র ডক্টরের সাথে আলোচনা করে গ্রহণ করতে পারেন।
অনেক ভেবে দেখলাম হেমের বিয়েটাতেই শেষবারের মতন এই নিষেধ করা খাবারগুলো খাবো, তারপর সমস্ত কিছু মেনটেন করে চলবো।
আচ্ছা চলো এবার বাকিদের খেতে দিয়ে দিই।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, চলো চলো।
এখানেই নাটকের জবনিকাপাত ঘটল। হেম তার বাড়ির সমস্ত সদস্যদের নিয়ে মধ্যাহ্নভোজের আয়োজন করতে লাগলো। নাটকের মুখ্য চরিত্রে অভিনয় করেছে হেম অর্থাৎ ঈশিতা দাস, হেমের মা স্নেহা মণ্ডল এবং বাবা কৌলিক মণ্ডল। হেমের বান্ধবী সুবর্ণার অভিনয় করেছে মনীষা নস্কর ও হেমের মায়ের বান্ধবীর অভিনয় করেছে রিক্তা ঘোষ। নমস্কার।
So hope all are you enjoying so far. So coming to the point, that what are the lifestyle changes that you can adopt to prevent this hypertension? So as we all know, the maximum problems, the maximum disorders has one thing common in it: smoking and consuming alcohol. So if you quit smoking and alcohol consumption, it can relieve you from hypertension. So a small walk every morning can also help. Yoga, meditation can also help, and you can also use stairs instead of elevators and lifts. So moving down to the event, next participant is Adit Singh from Hospital Management second semester with a poster representation.
I am Adit Singh of BHM second sem. Today I am going to present a poster on World Hypertension Day. Through a speech I am going to share some basic knowledge on hypertension or high blood pressure for some who are still not aware of it. blood pressure is also called hypertension, is a blood pressure that higher than normal. Your blood pressure changes throughout the day based on your activities. Having blood pressure measured constantly above normal may result in a diagnosis of high blood pressure or hypertension. The higher your blood pressure levels, the more risk you have other health problems such as heart disease, heart attack, stroke. Symptoms of high blood pressure are: high blood pressure usually has no warning sign or symptom, and many people do not know they have it. Measuring your blood pressure is the only way to know whether you have a high blood pressure. Causes of high blood pressure: high blood pressure usually develop over time. It can happen because of unhealthy lifestyle choice such as getting enough regular physical activity. Certain health conditions such as diabetes, having obesity can also increase the risk for developing high blood pressure. High blood pressure can also happen during pregnancy. Thank you.
So next is Shobhik Das from B Optum, second semester with a banner presentation.
Hello everyone. Today I am Shobhik Das, student of George College and Management and Science, Department B Optum, second semester. Today's topic is hypertension. Hypertension is a condition in which the force of the blood against the artery walls is too high. Usually hypertension is defined as blood pressure above 140 by 90. It has some bad influence in our body. Blood pressure can damage blood vessels, causing them to burst. It may cause of stroke. Hypertension can lead to vision loss and also cause of many eye diseases like glaucoma, retinopathy, etc. It also may damage the kidneys. It has also a bad effect on bones. Can be the cause of depression and anxiety. It also causes many heart diseases. High blood pressure or hypertension can also cause of many sex diseases. But we can reduce the risks of hypertension with many simple and easy ways. We needed to reduce our salt intake, engage in regular physical activities, need to eat fresh and natural food, avoid smoking and drinking, need to follow proper medical advice. By these simple steps, we can lead a healthy and simple or disease-free life. Thank you.
So up next is Sujay Kumar Ghosh from Hospital Management second semester with a poster presentation.
My name is Sujay Kumar Ghosh. I am from George College of Management and Science, second semester, Bachelor of Hospital Management. So this is my poster about hypertension. This is my poster. Hypertension is a condition in which the process of the blood against the arterial walls is too high. Usually hypertension is defined as blood pressure above 140 by 90 and is considered severe if the pressure is above 180 by 120. Hypertension has often no symptoms. Over time, if untreated, it can cause health conditions such as heart disease and stroke. Hypertension is a chronic disease. It can be controlled with medicine, but it cannot be cured. Therefore, patients need to continue with the treatment and lifestyle modification as advised by their doctor and attend regular medical follow-up, usually for life. Thank you.
So up next is a banner representation by Mehindi Nasreen of Hospital Management Second Sem.
Mehindi Nasreen. I am from HM second semester of George College Management and Science. Here I made a poster about some ways to how to control high blood pressure. So this is here I am highlighting some points that how to control high blood pressure. High blood pressure is also known as hypertension. If blood pressure is higher than normal, then it is called high blood pressure or hypertension. So here I am highlighting some points that how to control this hypertension or high blood pressure. So those are eat potassium and fiber include food, drink plenty of water, don't smoke, and limit alcohol consumption, limit salt consumption, try to avoid stress, and try to maintain a healthy body weight. Thank you.
So nextly we have Fozia Mohsin from Hospital Department, 4th Sem with a banner representation.
I am Fozia Mohsin of BHM 4th semester. 17th of May is celebrated as World Hypertension Day. Hypertension is a condition in which the blood creates high pressure on the walls of the arteries. So, on the occasion of World Hypertension Day, I will be presenting my poster on the effects of hypertension. Hypertension creates a number of adverse effects on our body. Few of them are, according to my poster, it leads to renal failure, and chest pain is one of the major complaints of the patient suffering through hypertension. The high pressure of the blood flowing through the brain can cause damage or rupture the cells of the brain. This can lead to stroke. And apart from that, hypertension creates a major back pain at the back of the head. That is one of the major effects. And apart from the main problems like that of cardiac failure and stroke, hypertension can also affect the eyes, leading to blindness. In this growing technological era, more and more cases of hypertension are common, and more common in the urban population. I would like to end my presentation here. Thank you.
So next is Ananya Basu from Hospital Department, 4th Sem with a speech.
Good afternoon, I am Ananya Basu, HM 4th Sem, and here my project about hypertension, and I am showing how to prevent hypertension, and my first point is healthy diet. Here the first one is healthy diet. A diet consistent of all essential elements like carbohydrate, proteins, fat, etc. And the next point is physical activity. A healthy body and a healthy mind is the definition of a healthy person, and the best way to gain both of those is physical activity. Next come avoiding tobacco or avoiding smoking. Tobacco kills. Next one is avoiding harmful use of alcohol. Too much consumption of alcohol is harmful to health. Next one is and the last one is managing stress in healthy ways. Yoga, meditation, etc. are the best way to come one's mind by focusing one's breathing. Thank you.
So the next is a banner presentation by Titas Datta from Optum 6th Sem.
Hi everyone, this is Sitash Dotto from Optum 6M from George College of Management and Science, and today we are going to discuss on the topic of hypertension and its ocular manifestations. As we all know that hypertension is a systemic disease and it is causing harm in lot of organs in our body, but eye is one of the major ones. So now we will discuss on those. So there is acute hypertensive retinopathy. Retinal vascular damage caused by hypertension is basically acute hypertensive retinopathy. Because of high blood pressure, the retinal blood vessels walls get thicker and it may cause blood vessels to become narrow, which restricts blood to reach retina. And the pressure put on the optic nerve is causing vision problems, which is causing the disease. Here are some related complications, which are ischemic optic neuropathy, retinal artery occlusion, retinal vein occlusion, and nerve fiber layer ischemia. Now we will go to the acute hypertensive optic neuropathy, which is basically optic disc edema. So the blood supply to optic nerve is happening, we all know, via posterior ciliary arteries and choroidal vessels, and there the vasoconstriction and choroidal ischemia is happening. So it is causing the optic disc edema and axoplasmic flow stasis. It is also causing optic nerve pallor in chronic hypertension. So now we will go through differential diagnosis of this hypertension and the ocular manifestations, which are branch retinal artery occlusion, branch retinal vein occlusion, central retinal artery occlusion, central retinal vein occlusion, Eales disease, ocular manifestations of HIV, optic neuropathy in anterior ischemia, papular edema, etc. Ocular changes can be the initial finding in an asymptomatic patient with hypertension. Necessarily, a primary care referral is we will go to the don'ts first, which is you should avoid alcohol, and then alcohol consumption, it should be stopped only, and smoking is also very injurious for this kind of patients. Avoid caffeine and tea, something like these are causing hypertension more. Salt is a very harmful ingredient for a person's body which is consisting of hypertension, and unhealthy food is a big no-no. We should not go for any unhealthy foods if you know that you are having hypertension. And the do's are keep your BP in control. Like the BP you should always measure the BP, and you should always take the medications. Medical care for hypertensive optic complications involves evaluation of secondary causes and appropriate medical management involving the lifestyles changes and pharmacotherapy. As we all know, in the presence of hypertensive optic neuropathy, a rapid reduction of blood pressure may pose a risk of worsening ischemic damage to the optic nerve. The optic nerve demonstrates autoregulation, so there is an adjustment in perfusion based on the elevated blood pressure. So drinking plenty of water every day is very important. Eating healthy food like a lot of vegetables and fruits are like good for people who are facing this kind of things. Precipitous reduction in blood pressure will reduce perfusion to the optic nerve and central nervous system as a result of the autoregulatory changes, resulting in infraction of the optic nerve and optic nerve head, and potentially acute ischemic neurologic lesions of the central nervous system. So surgical management is indicated to address certain secondary causes of systemic hypertension, but there are not certain needs of this. If you follow the do's properly, like exercise daily, drink plenty of water, have your medicines on a regular basis, and keeping your BP in control, these are the things which will help you get over your hypertension, and you can easily keep your hypertension in control, BP in control. So you should go for it and you should not panic. This is my poster. Thank you so much.
So moving to next, a banner show by Olivia Rana from B Optum second semester.
My name is Olivia Rana from BB in Hospital Management, second semester. Today, World Hypertension Day, I draw one poster. My topic, isolated systolic hypertension. Isolated systolic hypertension happens when your diastolic blood pressure is less than 80 mmHg and your systolic blood pressure is 130 mmHg or higher. Isolated systolic hypertension blood pressure is recorded in two numbers. The upper or first number is the systolic pressure, which is the pressure exerted during the heartbeat. The lower or second number is the diastolic pressure, which is the pressure as the heart is resting between beats. Normal blood pressure is considered when 120 by 80. With isolated systolic hypertension, the systolic pressure is above 140, while the lower numbers stay near the normal range below 90. This type of hypertension is most common in people over the age of 65 and is caused by the loss of elasticity in the arteries. The systolic pressure is much more important than the diastolic pressure when it comes to the risk of cardiovascular disease for an older person. Thank you.
So moving down to the last, we have a poster presentation by Tanuka Mandal from B Optum second semester.
My name is Tanuka Mandal, student of BBA in Hospital Management, second sem. Today I am speech about Hypertension Day, and my poster design is and my topic hypertension day's topic is blood pressure. Hypertension is another name from high blood pressure. It can lead to survey health of complications and increase the risk of heart disease, stroke and sometimes deaths. Blood pressure is the force that a person blood extracts against the walls of their blood vessels. This pressure depends on the resistance of the blood vessels and how hard the heart has to work. Almost half of all adults in the United States have high blood pressure, but many are not aware of this fact. Hypertension is a primary risk factor for cardiovascular disease, including stroke, heart attack, heart failure, and anastomose. Keeping blood pressure under control is vital for preserving health and reducing the risk of the dangerous condition. Thank you.
So we have done with all our participants and we have came to the last stage of our program. It was an excellent arrangement by all the staffs, teachers, thank you for them, especially all the technical part. So before concluding, I would like to end with a short conclusion that every year almost 10 million lives is being lost due to this hypertension. And so this is the main motive to make people aware, to make people a healthy routine life to avoid this hypertension. So hypertension is one of the major leading factor in the death cause of death worldwide. But the best thing in this hypertension is it can be preventable. If you follow this daily routine, daily habits, you can easily prevent this hypertension. So that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed this live event. So thank you all. Stay home, stay safe. This is Rahul signing off.